Hello, everyone. Welcome to Code with Me. If you're here, just let me know in the chat, and we'll get started in just a All right, I think I'm good to go here. Okay, so today is part 2 of the Save Reminder extension. Last week, hey, Funky Boy. Last week we did a lot of work. We set up the timer, and we connected that to preference. In the preferences window, that is an easy way for a user to just adjust every how many seconds they want this timer to fire. So I can go ahead and demo that. Great question, Funky Boy. So an autosave is totally doable. There are pros and cons to it. Obviously, the you set it and forget it is pretty great. But when you're working on larger scenes, it can be annoying. So the safer route that I know less people are going to be bothered by it, and it'll be more useful to more people, is just the reminder. So I've worked with artists in both situations where we've done the autosave, and then they're like, oh, actually just turn it off because it's just getting in the way. So the reminder is better. What I was thinking is there shouldn't be too much left for today. So I was thinking we could implement a button that is a quick save button. So when it pops up, apart from just reminding you, you have a button right there that you can just immediately say, hey, go ahead and save the stage. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So here's our window. This doesn't do anything yet, but it was a quick thing to throw together. But here we have the preferences window that we added. We have the save reminder interval set to 5 seconds. And if we look at the console, we can see here that it is firing every 5 seconds. There it goes. So the funny thing is I left this on all week last week, and I got some good testing into it. And it had been firing in the background while I was doing all my work, and I didn't have any issues other than being annoyed by the frequency when I'm trying to look at the console. So we won't be printing to the console for the final product. I ended up just sliding this to some larger number, and that worked too. So that was pretty great. So I think we're in good shape. We'll set it back down to 5 just to be able to iterate quickly. And let's take a look here. Okay. So one of the things, we have a few more settings that I think we want to add. One of the things that I have right here is the reminder enabled, and it's just on set to true, and I never change it. So this should be another setting and preference. So apart from choosing the interval, you should be able to say from the preferences window whether it's on or off. I think that'll be good, not because when I was annoyed enough by it during the week, I just turned off the extension. But you should be able to have the extension on, and even if it's not firing, you can just that way you don't need to go digging for the extension whenever you do want it. So, but everybody's going to have this on by default, right, all the time. So let's do that setting here. So in my constants, I have the interval. We'll do another one called enabled, and then special request from our ambassador was that he wants to be able to customize the message so be as aggressive or as kind as he wants. Hey, Papa Check. So, what is this? Got some other stuff I was looking at in here. Here's our extension. So I am saving the settings interface here, so I think I'll just go ahead and access it directly here. Get. And at this point, I'm just going to change this to constants as C, because I think I'm going to have quite a few of these. And there's probably a smarter way to refactor that bit, but now we're here as Matthew Schwartz makes fun of me for. All right, so we got that done. Then we're going to do I didn't set the variable names in here. This should be save enabled and save message. Christopher Scott requested this extension. He's going to be on live stream this week, I believe. So on Wednesday. So check that out. So we get it. And I think that's all I need to do for good measure. I'm going to do it that way. Make sure we get a Boolean and not some other object, even though I did check here that the get function is good about converting to the right type. Okay, so that's good enough for testing here. And did I need to? No, I have to add it to the preferences window, I believe. So we come over to the preferences page. That's the transform one. Here's mine. And we need to create a couple more here. Again, I'm going to do this one's going to be enabled. I probably want to change this order here. Message. String. Cool. I want cool. All right, let's take a look now. So in our preferences now, hey, look at that. There seems to be an issue here though. Probably, I'm guessing it's because this setting is empty. There's no other error here, but Let's see if we can reproduce that, because I want to make sure I catch that now. Save. Nope, I didn't do it anymore, so that must have been something else. All right, well, see, yeah, the error is here when I go into the reminders. This setting is missing, duh. That was pretty clear. So we should do some defaults here. Here's where I'm setting my defaults. I missed this part. And I need to make this a little bit more robust to say only set if. No, setting already exists. Right, so right now what I have is going to blow away any custom settings that a user might have whenever the extension is enabled. So either when you enable it manually or when you close the application and it restarts back up, I would be blowing away these settings. So we'll need to fix that. You can put this into constants here. So I just want to see this working, and then we'll fix that to do. Interval true. All right, I think we're good. And this isn't going to be reflected in the UI yet, but that's okay. We'll get there. Okay, so now when I go to reminders, no more error. This is properly filled out, and we have our message in there too. So that's good. Now this should be firing every 5 seconds. What I'd like to do is increase that, or decrease the interval, so that it's definitely firing right. Now we turn that off and come back to the console, and no longer firing. So all of that is good. Good, so I expect all that to work. Cool. So now let's go ahead and go back and fix the bit. Let me know if you have any questions. Good question, actually. I was envisioning, let's actually use these features that we have here. Funky Boy wants to know where we're going to show the message. I've started out with this window that I was going to pop up, so I kind of already laid out that window a little bit. And I was just going to open the window in the center of the view. We could also do it with the viewport notification manager. Chris wasn't very specific in what he wanted for that. He did say that he wanted to be able to have maybe ignore it for a little bit, but still have it up. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. Do you have a preference, Funky Boy? You like the viewport? We could do that. We could also have an option for whether you want a viewport notification or a pop-up window. So what I'm looking at here is I don't think we have like Python dictionaries you can do get the value or some default value. I don't think we have that with Carbonite settings. There's no fallback value. So I think I need to get it and then yeah, get it and then if it doesn't exist, if it's none, then go ahead and set it. Let's try that. Funky boy always, not always, but trying to add more feature to this. I mean, I suppose we could. So Funky Boy saying have pop up should tell you how long it's been since your last save. We can, if you've been diligent about saving. I guess if you've been ignoring the save reminder, then yeah, we should probably have a running total of since your last save. We could probably query the files to see when was the last time you saved, or just keep track of how many ignores you've done. The where this extension can get really complicated is not complicated in the sense that it's hard to do, but there's a lot of nuances to what users may or may not want. Is when you start thinking about sublayers and whether you should save all the sublayers for the user. Should we consider if they saved one sublayer but didn't the other? Did they forget to save? All those things. So what I wanted to do is get at least a V1 out there. That's not too complicated. Not trying to be too smart, and then get people to use it, and we can gather feedback on how to improve it, how to make it more useful. Hello, welcome, Half-Tooth Bandit. All right. So what I'm going to have to do here is it's not going to look pretty, but this is the best that I can think of right now. If self-dot settings, I just need to see what this thing returns. Capture that correctly. Yeah, it returns none if that setting doesn't exist. So if right, there's probably a cleaner way to do this, but So this is why I want like a get or set the, I don't know, some sort of set default. There is a, I feel like there is a set default. I could have sworn, yeah, set default. I don't know what this does. This is probably what I want. Let's try it. So in theory, if I do this correctly, why, yeah, okay. There we go. Now my syntax highlighting is in. Okay, so let's try this one more time. I don't know. So in theory, when I come back over here and I set this to 2, and then I save this, let's clear that, save that again to reload the extension. It saved the 2 value. So I'm pretty sure that's what I want. All right, sorry for that. A bit of a brain fart there. And also I set the wrong value there, but I think this is gonna work. Save that. Do just a little bit more testing here. So if I change this to a 3, turn it off, it should all not get cleared when I reload. Right? But just to be sure here, I can clear them from here. This is my user config JSON, where my settings are for my code app that I'm using right now. If I clear these out and then reload, shouldn't get any error. And that did not, because it probably picked up the settings from before. So I just want to make sure I test this fully. Just one more test here. So let me close out code. I'm not even sure I cleared out the right settings. Yeah, that's weird. So let's relaunch. So in theory, right now, when I relaunch, I should get everything cleared out. I should have the default values authored, no errors on load, and the default value should get set. Any questions in the meantime? All right, so here we are. I like to have this kind of scaled back a bit. There we go. Let's check our preferences here. The extension is not set to auto enable. There we go. No errors in the console. Great. And it does look like those defaults are coming through. Cool. All right, we're good. And there's the values written out. Okay, so set default. That's what I was looking for. Great. Don't need this anymore. Okay. So Funky Boy is asking for notification manager. I think we're ready to move on to that. We have the settings. All of them work, so I think we're ready for the UI. So notification manager is going to be in the SDK doc unit. This one's honestly easier than the UI window, I think. There's a code sample here. And then all of that. Okay, so we don't need this anymore, or for now. And when this is fired, this is where I'm doing this. So we build the notification. This is going to show forever. Message is equal to Get my setting. All right. This is the message, I think. And that should be it. On complete. And then these would be callbacks that I could use if I want to, say, for example, give them the option to save from that notification. So let's try it out. There it is. I think I'm getting multiple though. If I wait. Oh, well, that's okay. Yeah. How do we feel about this? Stacked messages. Like, this isn't, realistically, this is not going to fire more than like once every 5 minutes. And I should probably change this to minutes. I'm not sure yet. These obviously don't do the same thing for each. Okay. I think I like this. And then, oh yeah. Let's do this. Yeah. I fired right before I put the exclamation point in. And I wonder if there's a limit. It might only show 5 or based off of the size of the viewport. It's still firing. So it must max out at 5 messages. The annoying thing is it looks like it does catch up. So after those 5, it will add the rest of the ones that are in the queue, clear the queue. But again, ours isn't going to fire that frequently. So I think Chris was asking that it specifically that you have to dismiss it. You don't want to miss it, right? Say you walk away, get some coffee, come back, and you missed your save reminder. So I think it's okay to keep it open. We could obviously expose another setting. Not a big deal if we want more flexibility. I just don't want to put too many in here and have it be this this long list of settings for something so simple. A little opinionated to start, and then if if people are using it and we need the customization, we'll add it. Okay, so we're good. We're good with this. I think we can just move on and add the save function when we'll give them the option to save. Okay, let's go back to I don't know 10, and then we're good with this. We don't need these. I think we can clear out all our messaging here. And maybe if time allows it, we'll also do the window. Okay, so the cool thing is that you can have as many buttons. So we could have a setting to no, this is fine. So we'll do save and cancel. How does this look? I think the capitalized letters look okay. And on complete, save. Now for this one, I think we're good with this. A warning is appropriate. There's code for removing the notification if you want. So this is going to be OmniUSD code, I believe. The save. Is there a command for this? I mean, a command, it wouldn't be undoable, right? So where was this? Maybe, is it on the context? I mean, I can definitely just do save on the stage, but I thought we had an OmniUSD API for this. Here we go. So save. All right. I think I can just do it asynchronous. Or this one has a callback. All right, hold on. I gotta check what this. We don't have any documentation on that. All right, one more thing to look at. Because some of the documentation is in here. And so you can, this is documentation for the vanilla USD API. Okay, so I think we're fine. All of these functions have like the same name. I'm guessing this is, oh, this is save as. Okay, save as versus save save with the stage as its current name. Okay. So we're going to do save stage. It may run into issues if it's an untitled stage, but we'll deal with that. And there's also save layers, which is what I was talking about, is do you want to save all the layers separately or just save the stage? And also, oddly enough, save stage and save stage with callback both look like they take a callback function. This, I think, is supposed to be, usually we have three flavors of these. We have blocking, async, and then non-blocking with a callback. But this is definitely throwing me off. Okay, so what we'll do is we will need the callback because we need to let the user know that in the case of an untitled stage or anything else, we need to deal with that. All right, just call back here. And it's gonna return. I don't know what this is. And this is, and the last one's none. I don't know. There's probably a number before. Oh. Yeah, I don't remember what that means. Let's do that. Say finished. All right, let's see what it does with my untitled save. This was a bad idea. Okay. I already got an error here. I've hit that a couple of times now. I see. It's because when I restart, there's a potential that the timer hasn't finished. And that's where try the exception. Attribute error on the object. Line 55. So I'm pretty sure it was this line. In Python, try except else. So else would, I think, only fires if it didn't accept, right? If there's no exception, then this block will be executed. So I can do try. Well, We could just do if has adder self plus. That should do it. All right, so this is just to check for the, and this is maybe, you would probably never hit this. It's only the on the occasion where you restart the extension in the middle of a save. Yeah, it's good to have it. So if for example there's this timer that's left floating after the extension has been turned off, it'll still fire when the interval is done one last time, and but it won't do anything. All right. Still getting that, but probably line 52. I feel like that should be resolved now. And something is holding a reference to. All right, we'll figure that out. I tried to save, told me that it did save successfully, even though this is an empty, this is an untitled stage. So what? How did it do that? All right, I need to ask about that one. Oh wait, well, here's a warning. So, not sure. Let me see. Give me one quick moment here. All right. So let's go ahead and test out at least the case that should work and the one that we care about. So we're going to save this as some space here. Okay, so we saved this now. And I guess what I can do is if the list is empty, then that would be a concern, right? And I'm not sure what I can do to simulate a failed case. I could lock it. Check the timestamp on this. So here's this one. $49.29. So if I go ahead and save again, that'll fire. And if I look at that again, I'll need to probably reopen this. Didn't modify it, and maybe that's because nothing changed. So let's try one more thing. There we go. So I needed to dirty the file to get a new save. All right. So I think we're good with the save feature. I need to put some reasonable default for the interval, and I think this is ready to test out. Put this out in the wild and see how folks feel about it. I don't think I'll have time to do the other window. So reasonable default would be 5 minutes, which would be 300 seconds. Let's do 10 minutes. So 600. You can, of course, type this in. Not be silly like me. All right. So let's do that. I should probably put these as defaults. Come on. Save interval. And then I'm gonna just clear this out. And I think we're good to go. There was an error, but that was probably because I saved mid edit. So the reason that I think this doesn't, even though I cleared my config, it didn't update here is because there's the persistent settings and then there's the runtime settings that are here, and these settings are still stored. So I'd have to somehow clear out the settings from the session. And if I did that, I don't think we have an easy way to do that without writing a bit of code. Also, I thought mine would show up before Omni, but I think I can search. Oh, I just have persistent settings, right? What is this? That's a different one. And here's this one, which is empty. All right, we have 5 minutes. I will restart, make sure that we get this, make sure that last bit is working. Any questions? I'm going to clear this out. And I should ideally, what I'll do also, do a little bit of toml setup. I don't know. This is going to be, numbers are here. We'll see if I can get his time again. We did the Kit 105 live stream in lieu of that because we needed to get that on. He did do quite a bit of coding and demoing in that. But we'll see once Kit 105 is out and code. I'll hit him up again. See if we can do a custom app or something. Keywords, save, reminder, timer. I think I have all my dependencies in here. I do need OmniUSD. Anything else? Oh, the notification manager. Oh, good thing to come in here, make sure you don't forget to do these bits and to declare your dependencies. Suppose we can get rid of that, but I'm eventually going to use that probably. And here's kind of an issue is that I never imported OmniUSD. It's already in the global namespace, so I didn't have to, but definitely safer and if I do that import. Also, I should have done this here. What was it? Full string and list of strings. I'm not sure what that every time I saved it came back as an empty string. So carb.log info. If not saved files, carb no files saved. Are you working in an untitled stage? Else saved the following files. All right, not totally user friendly. That's going to put in a list in there, but that's okay for now. We got all that. We should do some automated testing too at some point. All right. Let's launch it and see what we get. To Funky Boy's point, I just time since last save, but yeah, I guess that's what it is. Is letting if the user saved in the middle of an interval, and maybe it's below some threshold. Maybe we don't pop it up. But again, that involves watching all the layers and a bit more thinking about what the user wants or needs. All right, so our preferences, I think I need to enable the extension. So it should show up when I say save. Great. And now for the preferences. I don't think this cleared out because when I closed the scene, it saved those persistent settings. But I'm going to trust that's working. We'll drop that down to 5. And let's test this one last time here with the save. But that's not going to fire for another 10 minutes because it's on the interval. It's already on the 10-minute interval. All right, one more launch. All right. That should do it. Console save. So, there it is. No file saved. Are you sure you're not working on an untitled stage? So I think I missed that first message because I'm hanging off screen a little bit. There we go. All right. And otherwise, now if I open up my example stage and go ahead and save now, now it's fine. Save the files. There's a typo there. So let's go ahead and fix that a little bit. Great. All right, I'm going to get this cleaned up. I'll need to get it through, make sure I get it reviewed and okayed, and then we'll put this on the community registry, and you guys can all try it out and let me know how we can make this better. All right. Any questions before we go? All right. Thanks for coming. And like I said, we have a great live stream on Wednesday about multi-user collaboration. And then I'll have the developer office hour on Friday. And also very popular, the Isaac Sim office hour today, actually, later today. So be sure to check that out. See you guys.